Hello there, this is Dave Motohead again, out in the garage, working on stuff, and well, I think the radio's a little bit too loud. Let me put on the hat cam and turn that down. I think it kind of smells like Teen Spirit. Oh, Kurt Cobain, you killed yourself a little too early. Oh, there you go. Anyways, I'm out here in the garage working on stuff like normal. Let me grab my gloves. And what I got going on today is my last video showed you how to get these bad rides out with wax. Well, this one I can't get out with wax. I've been breaking it, and I tried this and I can't get it out with I exhausted the extent of my vice grips there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this thing off, and I'm going to drill this out and tap the hole, and I'm going to show you how to take these out without screwing things up. So the first thing we're going to do is if you look at that, you can see where it's just a little nub now, and it's all chewed up, and I don't want it to be all chewed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off with my handy cutoff wheel and make a nice flat surface as close to the flange as I can get it. I want to make sure that my camera's working here, because it was so noisy I couldn't tell. So I'm going to do that first. Get the air hose, and this is one of my favorite tools, this little cutoff wheel. I want to make sure that I can cut that off super close without. And I got to put my safety glasses on, and I'm hoping that I can get this on there. And see, what you want to do is you want to start really close here. Okay, I think we got that cut off pretty well. Let me make sure that my hat's on here. Anyways, it went inside. You want to cut that off nice and flush and to make a flat surface. And if you can tell there, it's kind of a flat surface. But I'm trying not to hit the surrounding area. But I do want to grind that down a little bit more and make it nice and flat. Because the flatter I can make it, well, that looks pretty good. The flatter I can make it, the easier it's going to be to drill. Well, then the next thing I want to do is take my center punch, the automatic center punch from Harbor Freight, that I had to take it apart and fix it because it was put together backwards when I first bought it. It didn't work. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to try to center this as best as we can. Now, I know most of you guys got measuring devices and all that, but I just kind of eyeball it because I've done it so many times and try to get that thing center and maybe put a little bit of light on it, and it looks pretty centered to me. I usually go this way and I go that way. And I'm going to put me a little mark on it, or a couple of them. Look at that. Danger, 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 Will Robinson. It's got to be the worst flashlight in the world. It does, you got that, and then when you push the button again, it does that, and then when you push the button again, it does that. Well, what happens most of the time is I push the button and I'm looking at stuff, and then I set it down like that, and I don't realize that it's on. And then you turn it around and your battery's dead. Worst flashlight in the world. But it was given to me free. So anyways, I'm going to grab a better light here. Because I can't see anymore, and we're going to try to look, and you know what, that looks pretty much close to dead center to me. So what I'm going to do is, I find that the more you punch this thing, see, it doesn't reset, the better hole or better start you get. Okay, I'm going to call that good enough. And the first thing we want to do is we want us to put a little hole in there. So we want to take our drill and put our safety glasses back on. And hopefully I'll catch this with the hat cam, because the safety glasses don't like to play with the hat cam. Okay, and so the first thing I want to do is try to drill this thing straight. And what I do is I look this way, make sure I'm straight, and I look this way, and then I just go for it. Then I'll check halfway through, because you can make slight adjustments as you're drilling your hole. Okay, now if you look there, you can see we got a pretty good hole in that thing. It's pretty decent. And so the next thing, I'll just use that for my pilot hole. The next thing I want to do, let me take this off here. Hopefully you guys can see that, is I have a selection of left-handed drill bits here. And I'm going to grab like the next size up and start going at this left-handedly. Now the idea with the left-handed drill bit is that hopefully it might catch that thing and pull it out, but I'm not going to be that lucky because I just did this other one and these things are stuck in there so bad. You know, the fact that it broke that off, that thing is wedged in there and stuck. So the next thing we're going to do is go at it with the left-handed drill bit. Now you got to go left-handed. And we're just going to slowly drill that sucker out. Once again, I want to check this way to make sure I'm lined up. And it looks like I am. I've done this a lot of times, so I'm pretty good at lining things up. Just want to get us a nice hole through there. Oops, went a little bit too far, but as you can see, it didn't come out, and it probably won't. Don't want to make this too long of a video, and I put my bigger size left-handed drill bit in there. As you can see here, maybe you can't see there, but we're a little bit off center, but we're close enough. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat that thing out of there once I get it drilled out. Oops. Once I get it drilled out sufficiently, I'm going to take a screwdriver and just break the rest of the bolt out. So you can go like that a little bit to kind of ream it. And then we'll take a look-see at it and see. Now if you look at that, it's getting pretty thin in there. So now we're going to take, that's all at the biggest size left-handed drill bit I got. Now we're going to take another drill bit. Now that one's too small. That one's too small. We'll take this big bastard here and we'll start chewing that out a little bit, little by little. But see, this is a right-handed drill bit, so we got to go right. No more left. And we're going to slowly start chewing that out. Can you see? Oops, I need a hammer. I like using a big hammer because then you don't have to swing very much. And see, now I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to chew that thing out now. You see, so we can chip it. We can start chipping the old bolt out like that. You see the bolt bending out there like that? You see that? I don't know if you can see that or not, but we just broke the edge of that bolt off. And the idea is just to keep working it with my little screwdriver. And see, now we can get in there like this and get behind that and start chipping that what's left of that stud out of there. I know I shouldn't be using a plastic handled screwdriver, but anyway, I just kind of get in there and work these things out. Might be able to take this little bit of thing like that. Anyways, I'll just keep hitting it a little bit. It'll come out. See it right there? It's coming right out of there. I used to have a little chisel, but it flew back over there. I think it's behind the washing machine. I was beating on something, and you can see we could take this little teeny vice grips. I like these little vice grips because you can really clamp on the stuff. And see, I'm just chewing it out piece by piece. Chewing it out piece by piece. We can actually stick the drill in there again. Now we just want to get, every time I drill it, it gets a little bit thinner. See, there's another piece coming out. And I know there's probably better ways to do this, but what I'm trying to save the threads in that thing so I can put a new stud in there. And I'm trying to make this so it's not a super long video. And I should probably be using a chisel, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to keep beating up this little poor screwdriver and using it for a guinea pig until, see that big chunk that just came out of there? Now I'll take my drill out a little bit more. You see, I'm just drilling that bolt, drilling that thing right out of there. I'll take my vacuum cleaner and suck up some of the debris so I can clean it out. I'm trying to do this video fast so it doesn't take forever, and you can see that bolt is almost out of there. If you can see that or not. And I can almost just keep beating it out of there with the screwdriver now, because there's not much left of it. And I can actually see it from this backside now. And I can get it chunky, a little bit of monkey comes out of there, and just keep going at this thing real nice and slow, like that. So I think I got most of it that time. I believe I did. And see, my drill is a little bit, hold on a second. My drill is a little bit smaller than the stud. You can see that. So I drilled right through the center of it, and all that was left is just the outer casing of the stud here. And I used to try these things, but they always break off and screw up. So now that I've got most of that out of there, I can take my tap. I think this is 3/8 by 18, something like that. I can start tapping my hole nice and straight, and it's going to follow the old threads in there, because the old threads are, going to guide it, because it's going to come out. And in a minute here, once I get this started, I'll start putting some lube on it, which I could probably put some lube on it right now, but it just makes it kind of nasty. You can see it's starting already. Now I'm going to put a little bit of lube in there. And what it's going to do, it's going to, whatever's left of that bolt that's in there, it's going to just push that bolt right out the back side with the tap here. It's going to clean this up nice, and it's going to, whatever remnants of that hollow bolt that were in there, or stud I should say, are going to be chewed out. You can see right there, if you look right there, it's already pushing chips out. And you can see right there that we're already thread it out. And usually I do this a little bit slower, you know, and I can take my vacuum cleaner and suck up my stuff because I'm anal that way. And anyway, you can see now, I'm going to chase this all the way through. And now I'm going to have nice clean threads in there to put my new stud in. Because that's what I want. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to take my air hose and blow that out a little bit. Hopefully I'm catching this all on video. Close my eyes. Okay, and now you see, I've got a nice new stud here. And what I can do is put some Loctite on that. And see, now I've got this all cleaned out. I've saved all the threads inside. See, I can't even turn that anymore. It won't even go halfway in. So that means my threads are nice and tight. If you look in there, I don't know if you can see that or not, but now I've got nice shiny new threads inside there. And what I can do is take my new stud, put some Loctite on it, and then screw it all the way in. I got me a little wrench. See, I like to get the studs that got the hex head on them. And you can see the stud is going to come through the other side. Right there, you can see it, and that's tight. A little bit of Loctite, and there you go. Oh, shoot. You know, I got to quit putting my trash can. I'll have to dig through here and get that thing out. Got to quit putting my trash can right underneath where I'm working, but it catches all my studs. Anyway, you see there? Piece of cake. Nice new stud on that exhaust log, and there you go. Let me put the super hat on. And anyway, this is Dave Motohead, and as you can see, I did that all in one take, and it's probably kind of long, but at least it gives you an idea of how quick and easy you can take those broken off bolts or studs out on stuff when you got it chucked up in your vise. And you know, nothing's really that hard if you just put your mind to it and give it a good try. So that's removing off a broken stud with Dave Motohead. Thanks for watching.